And when I do hopefully find that, that will hopefully allow me to use a lot of that oil and other stuff for other things. I'm not sure what else needs water. Oh, right, titanium glass. Titanium glass needs water. That's something that's going to be needed for like plane filters and quantum chips and all of that stuff. And I think I set a little of that up in a later recording session. One of the recording sessions that won't need post commentary. Thank God for that. Thank God this is the last recording session I'm gonna need to do post commentary on, because I don't mind doing the post commentary so much. It's just like it kind of is unfortunate, right? Not only does it make editing the videos and the whole process of putting these videos up on YouTube a whole lot longer, but it's also like, I don't even know what's going through my mind. I don't know what I'm talking about right now as I'm playing this game. I don't know what's going through my head. I really have no idea. I guess I'm just watching this line and I'm pretty happy with the way this line's working. Eventually this will get backed up and my plastic production will, well, I don't think my plastic production has actually been impacted by the slight oil shortage that I was experiencing, but at the very least the acids, oh right, and I need the acid to make graphene, because I don't have fire ice at this point in time, so, but yeah, eventually I'll just be pumping oil out, water and oil out of this system, and that's all that I'll be pumping out of here. So this system will essentially kind of get left behind, then I'll eventually head to other places, but I don't want to be using too many warpers. Now, all of that being said, this is when I'm talking about being efficient, not expanding to too many systems at once, not using too many warpers. That would be something that you would do if you're really trying to shoot for like the leaderboards. If you're trying to shoot for a high score of getting the most amount of power in a system possible, because it takes a lot of resources to get all of that power generation. It really does. And so you don't want to waste any of those resources. If you're just playing the game just to have fun and just to mess around, I mean, honestly, you don't really have to worry about that. You can expand as much as you like, as long as you do prioritize veins utilization as a research whenever possible. You'll probably not run out of resources anytime soon. You could easily get a couple thousand hours out of a single save game in terms of the resources. So yeah, now acid is being produced. It's getting to graphene. It's getting to titanium alloy. All of that is good. It's not a super great amount of acid. I'm probably not producing graphene or titanium alloy anywhere near the level that I would like. But I also don't want to make more plants to make more acids, because it's going to take more water, it's going to take more stone, it's going to take more oil, and I don't want that. I know at this point that I can find oceans of acid out there somewhere, so I would rather just go find that, right? That's how I would rather get my acid. So I don't believe I ever expand this acid production, and I just kind of live with the less than optimal output. So now I'm kind of looking at this, and I think I kind of want to expand plastic production here, but I don't have the room for it right here. And also, I don't think the oil refineries that I have here are actually producing enough oil for me to even continue. I believe the factories that or the chemical plants that are making plastic right now are actually using more oil than I'm producing right here. So that's an unfortunate thing. I was thinking maybe I could expand my oil refineries, but then I have to break the deuterium line, I have to reconfigure it. I have to figure out another way to get the deuterium over there if I can speak correctly. Oh my goodness. And so it's kind of a problem, and I'm not extremely happy with it at this point in time. But I can clearly see that I need to start getting some more oil being produced, some more refined oil. So I think I make that oil refinery, and then I'm like, okay, let's, you know, I'm thinking about different things that I could potentially do. Okay, and then I decide to jump the line over here for crude oil, and we're gonna move the crude oil so I can expand. I don't really want to expand like this, but I can. We can do it like this. And then this requires some weird kind of jiggery pokery going on where I you know, jump a whole bunch of lines, and I don't think I actually built that in the right spot, but I don't think I actually do this correctly. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute, those don't line up, and I'm like, okay, no, never mind, let's move that. Let's move that over. That needs to be in the right spot. There you go. It's not rotated the right way around to match the others, but to hell with it at this point. It's already a massive pain in the butt. It might as well look like it's a massive pain in the butt, I guess. So let me go ahead and elevate the line here. Do it just like that. Try to bring it back down. Excellent. Works out just fine. But of course, I know that oil extractor, it is eventually going to deplete, so I really can't add. It's not like I have multiple oil refineries or oil extractors feeding this line, so I can't really add that many oil extractors to this, because eventually they won't get used because it won't be producing enough crude oil. I'm absolutely not at that point just yet, but I know I'll eventually get there, so I don't want to add too many to the line. At least that's my logic. My logic might be ever so slightly flawed, but I mean, that's my logic. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. So now I'm looking at the oil and I'm like, okay, so are we at least in a holding pattern now, or am I still in a deficit? And it looks like I'm still in a deficit at this point. It's like, well, it kind of went back up. No, I'm pretty sure I'm still in a deficit here. But at least it's not nearly as large a deficit, so it should, I've got one full tank right there that's got 10,000 oil in it, so I mean, that should last me for quite some time. So I shouldn't have to worry too much about it. It's not ideal, but I mean, when you're first setting things up, when is anything ever ideal? Never. It's never ideal to start. You have to work towards ideal setups. And now I fly over here because it's like, I know I have like a row of like 4. Yeah, it's over here. I have a row of like 4 crude oil deposits. That one's at 2. That one's at 3. That one's nearly at 3, and that one's over 3. So I have a lot of oil right there. That's like 11 crude oil a second right there. Not to mention I have another one over there, and there was another one past that row of 4. I've got a lot of oil. It's just I need to tap into it. And I know for a fact I have not yet tapped into it, you know, in any of my later recording sessions. But that is something that has to happen before too long, because I can't have oil being something that's stopping me. And right now I'm seeing that, you know, purple research is kind of holding me back here a little bit. I'm not making as much as I would like. And, oh, wow, okay, particle broadband actually did back up. I am a little bit surprised. So maybe I should probably, yeah, I probably should put another one. All the other towers have 5. I should really put a 5th one on there. And I think I do that here. Yeah, I just need to make another building or grab one. If I have one already made. Yeah, I've already got a couple, so I go ahead and put one on there. So that'll make the information matrices a little bit faster. And now that I've turned blue back on, blue is fully backed up. It doesn't take long for blue research to really back up. It's pretty nice. Yeah, it's giving me the whole research speed is too slow crap. Whatever. Whatever, game. I go at my own pace. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about my research speed. It might actually go away now that I've got information matrices being made a little bit faster, and I upgraded the belts and all of that good stuff. Now I think I start like upgrading a whole bunch of the sorters and conveyors and stuff leading to research and whatnot, which isn't strictly necessary, but it can help, you know, smooth out the pace at which I do my research. Let's see, I've got a little over 20 minutes left in this recording session, so I don't know what other problems I hash out or what I start here before I end the recording. Particle broadband is going nicely. I do know that I expand this eventually. As a matter of fact, that might be what I do last, since I you know, upgraded the rate at which purple research is going to get made. I might actually do that. Okay, so I'm looking at a lot of the research things. I'm looking at what I need to research. I need to start working towards gravity matrices. So that's one of the things that I really need to work on. I'm not all that interested in a lot of the Dyson Sphere stuff, like the vertical launching site and a lot of those other things. So I just know, I'm like, all right, I got to get towards green research. So we got to start working on that. Wave function interference, unlocking plane filters. That unlocks the quantum chip, which needs plane filters. Quantum chips are a massive pain in the butt to deal with. Plane filter smelting is actually kind of pointless unless you have the unipolar magnets, which at this point in time, I am nowhere near getting any kind of unipolar magnets to make the upgraded things. But yeah, I put another layer on purple because I see it's the slowest thing that's being made. And now I put 2 more layers on that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, particle broadband might start to struggle. So I think about, okay, maybe I should expand this. And I believe that is exactly what I do. I believe I move the lines over to the left so that I can put a couple more, probably just 1 or 2 more assemblers. It might even really just be 1. I'm not really entirely sure. But yeah, we've made a pretty good amount of progress over these last 2 hours, and I'm relatively happy with that progress. You know, well, future Fox would have done better, but I'm happy with what past Fox managed to accomplish. Working with his limited knowledge, I am relatively happy. I completely forgot that I was going to be working on accumulators. I completely forgot about that. You know, Fox got... Oh, now I'm looking at it. Okay, yeah. I was going to say, Fox got distracted. It's like, oh, right, I was going to be making accumulators so I could work on the... so I could work on making orbital collectors and whatnot. That was something I wanted to do. So yeah, I've got the crystal silicon over there. It will just have to get belted over here, which is where I've got the super magnets and the iron ingots, and that will allow me to make the accumulators. Maybe I start on that before I end the recording. I might do that. I might be planning out, like, where exactly do I want all these resources to meet up for production, right? And the wind turbines are kind of all over the place, but again, I've said this multiple times. If the wind turbines are in my way, I will just tear them up. I'll just, you know, get them out of there, get them up out of my way, and we will deal with it. They will be gone if that is what is required. Okay, so it looks like I'm setting up over here. So the first thing that I set up is not sure what I actually set up here. There's veins utilization level 4. Very, very good. Very, very good. Are we really gonna just like go around the windmill? Oh, okay, so I guess I decide I want to bring this line over this way instead. And I'm trying to get that damned filter button so I can get the right thing put out here, and it's like, you can't find it. You can't find it. This is why, yeah, it's like, it's a massive pain. Like, you have to get just the right angle and everything. It's just, ugh. When it wants to be a pain, it will be a pain. It will be the most painful of pains. The most painful of pains. So now we've got those things, and now I just need to belt the crystalline silicon over, which is it's no big thing. It's real quick and simple. And I think I do actually just go ahead and make a whole bunch of Mark 1 belts. It's like, because I'm not making these in massive amounts. I'm not using some kind of massive energy exchange network or anything like that here. I'm just trying to make a couple of accumulators so that I can make orbital collectors. Like, that's really all I'm doing. Okay, so now we go ahead and make the conveyor belts that I need. And I can start pulling these out. And yeah, now I've had it with the stupid lines, and I start setting the filters before I finalize the line. So now we're bringing crystalline silicon over this way, and I'm kind of trying to figure out, okay, how do I want the line to go here? I decide I'm going to belt it up over these lines, and I'm going to belt it up over the energetic graphite as well. And then I believe I bring it back down. Yeah, we bring it back down. And does it meet up with the iron ingots over there? Yes, I meet it up with the iron. That way I can have a full output on the other side. And I decide I'm going to output over this way. We're just going to put a storage down for these. And we're not going to do, like, you know, a whole bunch of sorters into the storage because I don't plan on making these all that quickly. So it's kind of like whatever. And yeah, I set the capacity for that super low, down to like 2. Okay, so here comes the crystal silicon. It is doing well. Titanium is doing well. Okay, yeah, so I did manage to fix that properly. I have no idea why there's steel there. Now that I look at that, I'm like, why do I have steel over there? Oh, right, probably because that's the only interplanetary logistics system that I have down here. That would be why. Yes, that makes sense. So unfortunately, my power grid is not doing fantastic here, as you can see. However, I did make a whole lot of wind turbines. Oh, okay. So I might end the recording session by putting down a whole lot of wind turbines, or I might even do that off camera. I'm not entirely sure which I end up doing. But now I'm making accumulators. Now I need to upgrade the power grid. So you can see I need 20 full accumulators. They need to be full of power, which means I need to have a power excess so that I can actually charge them. Now, I saw them being charged in the energy exchanger, which I believe is what I'm looking for here. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That thing will, like, power the things. But basically what it's really for, it's used for the automated exchange of energy. So if you have a whole bunch of... you would basically use one energy exchanger to constantly be charging the accumulators. You would literally belt empty accumulators into it. You would belt full accumulators out of it, and then you would set those up on a network so you could ship those out. You could literally just ship power somewhere, and then an energy exchanger could literally use the full accumulators, discharge that power onto that power grid, and then send the empty accumulators back to get recharged. Which is not an awful system. It's a really, it's a useful system early on before you get the ability to, like, start harnessing antimatter and make artificial suns, because you can set up like 2 artificial suns, and that's all you're going to need for a very long time for your initial power grid, until you can build up like a massive array of solar panels or something like that. Or even, honestly, you would want to start with solar panels or wind turbines, probably, but there are going to be some planets that have like 50% solar power and like no wind at all because it's got no atmosphere. Like, there are a lot of really inhospitable places in the universe. So that would be why you would want to use the star, the artificial star that uses antimatter. But of course, if you don't have antimatter, then the energy exchangers are basically your only option to get power going on one of those really inhospitable places. But I mostly just need the accumulators to start working on the orbital collector. So anyways, I'm just going to run around and place wind turbines. I'm going to go ahead and shut up and skip to the end of this, and I will see you guys in just a second. Do I actually just, like, literally not place down the rest of those wind turbines? Did I just get my energy good enough to not be, strained? That might be what I did here. So anyways, yeah, I guess maybe we'll go ahead and come back here and I'm looking at my various things. I actually looked at research briefly. I'm not gonna be showing that because I wasn't talking really about it. But yeah, we're getting a lot of research done now. Research that isn't using the information matrices, the purple cubes. So those are backing up nicely. We're getting a lot of things out of the way, and we are working. We're going to be working towards the gravity matrices shortly. I think I'm seeing the yellow research is kind of struggling, and it's not necessarily really because of production of diamonds or titanium crystals. But I went ahead and put another matrix lab on top of the tower there, and I'm kind of looking at the titanium crystal line. I'm like, okay, is this gonna eventually drain? Is this going to do any of that? And I realize now that I'm not belting the organic crystals like under that thing now anymore, I really don't need to have that elevated. So I go ahead and just quickly, change this out. And so now I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, is this line going to deplete? Is it going to back up? Is it going to hold? I'm not really sure. I throw some titanium crystals from that line onto the research lab there. I think, honestly, looking at this, I think this line would have held, but I believe I might actually upgrade some of those assemblers. Okay, so then we fly over here. I want to take a look at how deuterium is doing. That one is completely full. The second level is pretty close to completely full. So we are definitely doing a really good job of stockpiling some deuterium fuel rods. Obviously, the miniature nuclear plant is still doing a lot. My power, I didn't put down all of the wind turbines I made, But that miniature nuclear plant is doing some work in terms of the power. It's giving me 9 megawatts. So maybe I put down one more, because I think I still have one miniature fusion power plant laying around. Do I put that extra one down? No, it does not appear so. And I really need to end this this post commentary, because you can probably hear my nose is really getting stuffed up now. My voice probably sounds awful, but yeah, things are doing relatively well. I think I'm talking about, like, I'm gonna get orbital gas giant collectors up and running in the next recording session, and we're gonna put an interplanetary hub right here, where I'm kind of right where I'm standing. Oh, I need the interlogistics thing in order to make that. Yeah. But we're going to put it right down here. We're going to ship all of the hydrogen and deuterium here. And I'm going to feed the hydrogen into the miniature particle collider so it can make more deuterium. Obviously, the raw deuterium is just going to go straight into the line for producing deuterium fuel rods. So, yeah, now at this point, I go ahead and put down some more wind turbines to try and get my power grid under control here. So yeah, anyways, I think this is a pretty good point to end this session off here. I probably won't use the last like 3 or 4 minutes of this video footage that I have. So I just want to say thank you guys very much for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. I appreciate it. I'm glad that they are fun and entertaining or informative. You know, whatever reason you guys. Whatever reason you guys have to watch my videos, I appreciate that you are enjoying them in some way, shape, or form. And if there's anything that I could do to make them better, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would be happy to consider your suggestions. If you have any questions, of course, leave them down there. And yeah, so hopefully you've had a good time. And I will see you guys next time. So until then, folks, takes care. Fox is out of here.